Rumors are that allegedly there is a big secret that both Kenya and Martell are hiding from Sheree. What is it? Well, I have some new information that may answer that question and more right after this. What's up, kinfolk, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, do me a favor and subscribe. If you already are subscribed, do me a favor and get notified so you'll know whenever I upload new videos to the channel. Alright, kinfolk, come on into the house. We have a lot to talk about, and it centers around rumors that allegedly both Kenya and Martell are hiding a big secret from Sheree. What is it? Well, I have some new information that may answer that question and more, and here it goes. Rumors are that allegedly Kenya and Sheree are at war with one another over a shocking new detail in Sheree and Kenya's friendship involving Martell. The source said, everyone was shocked to discover that Martell had allegedly tried to date Kenya before moving on to Sheree. However, rumors are that there is more to the story. The source continued, everyone knew that Martell was going to be trouble for the Real Housewives of Atlanta friend group. He's sneaky and manipulative. However, that seems the way that Sheree likes her men. But this time, her new man may have gone too far, ended the source. Another source added, also, you can't leave Kenya out. If this rumor is true, then she's just as sneaky and manipulative as Martell. When I heard the rumor, continued the source, I couldn't believe Kenya could or would stoop that low to betray her friend. But anything is possible in reality TV. So the question is, what allegedly happened between Kenya and Martell that's a big secret to Sheree? Well, allegedly, it wasn't Martell who DM'd Kenya first, but allegedly it was Kenya who actually started the DM message thread. But there's more. An industry insider said Kenya was allegedly looking to make Martell her love interest on Real Housewives of Atlanta for the upcoming season. However, she was warned against the idea by her PR team. Allegedly, continued the source, Kenya's PR team didn't want her to be cast in the same light as Portia as a homewrecker. Even though her and Melanie aren't friends, Kenya team didn't want her to run the risk of the rumors stating otherwise, ended the source. Allegedly, said another source, Kenya may have confided this into Sheree, but failed to mention some genuine attraction to Martell. So, when Sheree picked Martell as her new love interest, Kenya may have felt betrayed and could have devised a plan to break them up, ended the source. A person close to the situation who wished to remain anonymous because of her close ties to the situation calls the rumor complete BS, and that Kenya never tried to spark a relationship up with Martell. However, some fans disagree and believe the rumor could be true, and the reason why Kenya seems so focused on constantly calling Martell out for his alleged cheating ways on Sheree. Now, kinfolk, this is a lot of information, and it has been developing over the last couple of days, and we've been getting this information and breaking down the rumors as it comes to us. But for right now, this part of this rumor, and if you are to believe it, because right now, of course, as always, it's alleged information, it seems kind of believable. And I'm going to tell you why it seems kind of believable, because of this reason. I can definitely see that Martell probably hitting Kenya up first. I don't think that Kenya hit Martell up first in any stretch of the imagination. Simply because, one, she's going through divorce with Mark. And also, Martell is a loose cannon and really can't be trusted. So I do believe that Martell hit Kenya up in her DMs first. And anything or any DMs to suggest otherwise, I just gonna take it as fake news. I do believe that Kenya's version of the events is pretty accurate, just based off who Kenya is as a person. Now, you can almost certainly tell that Martell is probably making up this excuse on the cusp and as it was given to him, simply because he was just too upset about Kenya mentioning it at the party in that clip that we saw. And we know Martell for his work. Whenever he's backed into a corner, voice does get elevated. And he starts bringing out all these outlandish allegations and trying to muddy the waters to where people can't necessarily believe, what's real and what's not real. But I will say this: this whole situation is definitely a plot twist, and I can only imagine how shocked Sheree was to find out all this information, because we can tell by the video, it seems like when Kenya brought it to her, it was her first time hearing these things, and so I can only imagine how it plays out in front of the cameras in real time. Now, kinfolk, is another part of this rumor that I do find a little believable about Kenya, if you are to believe this alleged information, and I think it's very telling about Kenya and her intentions with Martell. And it's this. For Kenya's part, she was a little overly dramatic when calling Martell out for allegedly being a cheater or cheating on Sheree. And she did it with so much force and so much passion. It seems as if she was coming off as a person or a woman who felt slighted by a romantic interest, or by a woman who felt like she had been played by a romantic interest. It just doesn't seem like in Kenya's character to give that much energy to somebody who's like a non-factor in her life. And we've seen it time and time again. When Kenya doesn't see you as a factor in her life, she may read you, may throw shade at you, but it's very direct, and then she moves on and she leaves it there. But the fact that people had to almost hold Kenya back when she was outing Martell for being an alleged cheater, it was just very telling. It seems as if her feelings were genuinely hurt by Martell. Now, could it have been the fact that she may have caught some type of romantic feelings about Martell, and that, if you are to believe the rumor, because right now, as always, it's alleged information, but, if you are to believe it, that she, really had a little thing for Martell once Martell hit her up in her DMs, then one could kind of believe it, because again, she was just very forceful with trying to call Martell out. This is almost as like her saying, Sheree, he cheated on me and he played me. He's going to play you as well. That's the energy that all of her, back and forth with Martell really gave. So it's going to be very interesting to see everything play out. Now, another part of this room a lot of people may find surprising, but I don't necessarily find surprising, has to do with Kenya and Melanie. And it's this. The rumor states that Kenya was all for allegedly having Martell as her love interest after he supposedly hit her up in the DMs. But she was, talked down from the idea by her PR team. And so I could see why they would, have her back down from that. Because even though Kenya and Melanie are not friends, I could see how they could feel that Kenya probably could have gotten that Portia type treatment. And once you come out with a new love interest, the rumor mills start to fly. Then it's going to be where Kenya and Martell are dating. Then it goes where Kenya was the other woman while Martell was dating, was married to Melanie. Or while Martell was trying to get things back right with Melanie, Kenya was preventing that from happening. And once the rumor mill gets started, especially over a relationship, then it's kind of hard to die things out as quickly as you would need to have them die down, especially with the season approaching so quickly as it has been. So I could definitely see her team, if you are to believe the rumors, talking her off that ledge with her trying to start a romantic relationship with Martell. And again, it's all alleged information, but a part of me just feels like, it's just not too far-fetched to believe that, you have two reality TV show stars who happen to be both single, both attractive, and then it's like they're getting together, paths may cross at different events and things like that, and so they might have some type of mutual attraction to one another. And then both of them are very good at producing narratives and storylines. So I mean, I would imagine that at some point that might have crossed them in conversation, or at least crossed each other's minds. And so with that being said, I could definitely see how, things or wires could have been crossed in the matter. But I do believe the other part of this rumor that I can see as being very true, and probably the reason why things between Kenya and Martell didn't materialize, is because of this. At the end of the day, Martell just isn't Kenya's type. I think that, you want to say things, the rumor is, kind of muddy, like, and, Kenya would never, ever be with Martell. It's just unbelievable. But I just don't see it that way. I see Kenya and Martell as being two very intelligent people when it comes to reality TV. And I can see Kenya probably trying to test the waters out with Martell and seeing if something could happen there. And ultimately realizing, hey, he's not my type. He's too flaky. I can't trust him to stick on message. And then Martell, probably realizing that, moves on to Sheree. But at the same time, I do feel like this is something that Kenya probably should have told Sheree before, or when Kenya found out Sheree and Martell were talking, simply because it wouldn't seem like this big issue or big secret that they were trying to hide from Sheree that ultimately came out on the show in front of the cameras. And the fact that Kenya did not tell Sheree ahead of time that Martell jumped into her DMs, or she may have hit Martell up allegedly first, it goes to show that maybe they could have been trying to hide this from Sheree and hide this from the viewers. And it just wasn't until they were face to face that Kenya's emotion or emotional connection to the thought of her and Martell probably being together took over, and then she's let the cat out of the bag. I don't know, kinfolk. Things just seems just a little odd with Kenya and Martell and Sheree's situation. But however, as always, we will know pretty soon if there is more to this story. But kinfolk, I want to know what you guys think. With this big secret being kept from Sheree, do you think Kenya and Martell didn't tell Sheree because they were trying to hide the fact that they may have had some type of, relationship tension or some type of spark of romance there, even though it didn't go anywhere? Or do you think they just kept it from Sheree because they both felt like, hey, this is nothing and she doesn't need to know, or something they probably forgot and put in the back of their heads and it wasn't that important to bring to Sheree's attention? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Alright, kinfolk, as always, if you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, and comment. And I'll see you guys over on the next one. Peace.